Have you ever wondered how much a board game content creator can make doing YouTube or live streaming full time? Today in this video, we're going to be going through my 2024 finances to figure out just that. So we're going to be breaking it down, going through some of the stats, figuring out where that money comes from, figuring out if I actually make money doing this. One thing that I will note, or actually two things, let's say two things. First, I've never been paid to make a video for my channel. I've been paid to do other videos elsewhere where I've contracted with different companies, and I do that fairly frequently. However, I've never done it for Nelson All Over Cards, and I don't know if I have any plans. I will absolutely let you know if that ever does happen. I want to be very transparent when that, or if that does happen. And secondly, I do other things for the company than content creation directly for YouTube. All of those finances I've just left out of this video because I think it would be a more interesting video to focus directly on the content creation. But if you're curious about any of the other things that I do, just let me know in the comments. More than happy to talk about them. We're gonna go through and talk about each different platform. We're gonna start with YouTube, which is by far my biggest platform, and it is my highest revenue earner. To give you an idea for stats, I wrote them all down here. So if I'm looking over here, that's what I'm looking at. I'm not paying attention to you. That's what I always have to say when I'm on a meeting. 2024, I had 1.5 million views on YouTube, which averages about to 125,000 views a month, which I never, ever thought I would get to this position. So I just want to thank you all so very much for that. This is something that I am absolutely blown away by. This is insane. It's unreal to me. And so thank you. I do appreciate it. Yeah, that equated to about 137,000 watch hours. Now, typically revenue on YouTube is directly tied to watch hours because the higher and the longer somebody watches a video, the more ad providers will pay to run their ads on that video because it's typically an engaged audience. And so like we have what's called a CPM, which is like basically how much we get paid per 1,000 views. And so there's a whole algorithm that figures out what that CPM is for your channel, but typically higher view count, higher view hours increases that CPM. And so 137,000 watch hours, around 11,000 a month, which is wild. To give a kind of idea, if you have not ever dabbled in the content creation space, you need about, I think it's actually changed since I hit it. When I was doing it, you needed 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. And so blown away by that because I remember, can I get there? And it's just kind of surreal how much it's grown, and I'm so very happy to be doing this. Over 2024 on YouTube, without live streams, I published 736 videos, which is kind of wild. Now, to be fair, 464 of those were shorts. Those could be cut up from my videos. Those could be the pack openings, deck builds, anything like that. And then 299 of those were full-length videos. For some reason, I could not publish that last one to get a nice even round 300. But that's a lot of videos, and 736 videos that boiled down to a total take home from YouTube of $4,705 monthly. To kind of like think about that in a monthly sense, that's $392 a month. Yeah, if you break that down, I love math. My background is engineering, so I like looking at these stats in different ways. If you break that down per video, it's about $6.17 a video. So yeah, go team. YouTube is broken up, the revenues on YouTube are typically broken up into two main streams. There's watch ads. So if you're watching an ad before the video or during a video, I get a cut of that ad revenue. And then there's also memberships, which is a way that anybody can financially support the channel. And I have a couple of different tiers. There's more information down below, but when I'm deck building, or if I say like, this game is brought to you by this YouTube member, they are directly financially supporting the channel. So thank you for the members for supporting this channel. Memberships last year brought me home about $510 of that $4,700 number, about $42 a month, which means that the ads were the majority contributor to the revenue at about $4,200 over the last year, which is about $350 a month. So most of the money from YouTube is coming directly from those ads, either before or during the videos. If you watch an ad, that's where most of my income, actually most of my income comes from, is YouTube ads. And so that's around $4,200 a year. Now, I left out the live streams because I am live streaming on both Twitch and YouTube, but to talk about Twitch, which is the other side of my business, I streamed for about 329 hours last year, and that was on both Twitch and YouTube. And Twitch is kind of the exact opposite when it comes to revenue generation. The total amount of money I brought home from Twitch was about $929 for about $78 a month. And most of that was actually from subscriptions. So subscriptions on Twitch are very similar to memberships on YouTube. All the terminology just gets wildly confusing after a while, but the subscriptions of the $929 was 902 of those dollars. Apparently, I know I can run mid-roll ads. I made $27 off of ads on Twitch last year. So not a lot of money on the ads. I don't think that I plan on running any more ads on Twitch. I feel like that could kind of get annoying. But yeah, so $27 or $2 a month I'm making ads on Twitch versus the $350 a month on YouTube. And so that's kind of a big swing, whereas I'm making about $75 a month on Twitch subscriptions, which could be direct tier 1 subscriptions, or they could be like Prime subscriptions. So if you have Amazon Prime, you are able to subscribe to a Twitch streamer for absolutely free. It does not have to be me, but go use it on somebody because it makes their day a little bit better. And it costs you nothing if you have an Amazon Prime account. So yeah, so $75 for subscriptions on Twitch versus 42 on YouTube. So it's kind of interesting how those are just kind of flopped, but I think YouTube, I just have way more watch hours, which means that we're just getting more ad revenue from that. The last part of kind of the revenue streams for the content creation is I did start a partnership with Buy the Same Token. So if you have ever seen me use those different chits for like Marvel Champions or Lord of the Rings, Arkham Horror, all the pretty little tokens, those are from Buy the Same Token. And if you look down in the video description, there's actually a link that you can use. And if you use that link, you get 5% off your order, and then I get 5% of that order directly to me as kind of a referral. And so you can also use the code allover5 at checkout. So it's a way that you can get cool tokens and get a little bit off, as well as support the channel. So I think it's a really cool program. I was very happy with that. I spent so much money at Buy the Same Token before this even came through. And so this is something that I can say that I love their product, and I have said that even before we started this partnership. But from that, I made about $500 last year. So $499 to be exact. And so $499 for about $42 a month from that. And I really like that number because it also means that anyone that used that also got a price break on their new tokens. So that was really fun. So total, all in, revenue streams from Twitch, YouTube, and Buy the Same Token, it was about $6,132 for the year, about $511 a month. So there we go, $511 a month. That is revenue. That does not include any money that I spent maintaining the channel, buying new games for the channel, buying new equipment for the channel. And to be fair, this is what I love doing. I would be probably spending a lot of this money even if I wasn't making money on this. But to kind of give you an idea, for my expenses, I kind of pulled out the things that were directly related to the content creation side. It's about $3,800 last year, about $316 a month. And so total net profit was about $2,332, about $195 a month. That is just part of the business. I have other expenses as well. I do, I think like 5 or 6 conventions a year. And so there's a lot of travel that goes into that, the food that goes into that, the lodging that goes into that. My total expenses for my entire company was a little bit over $7,300 last year. But most of that was lodging and travel and hotels and things that I just enjoy doing. And I probably, if I had to, did not need to go to all of those conventions if I wanted to try and maximize profit. But that's not exactly what this channel is meant to be. But yeah, that I hope this video was interesting and informative. If there's any questions that you have, please let me know. The goal here is transparency, and the goal here is just to kind of educate and show that, yeah, you can make money. It's not a lot, honestly. There's a couple of YouTubers out there that are probably making a decent living on doing this full time, but it takes a long time to get there. I started the channel in, I think, 2021, and this is the first year where I've actually made a profit on my channel. So that's also just kind of a little happy, like, woo, I did it, kind of situation. So yeah, thank you all so very much for watching. Again, ask questions in the comments, more than happy to answer. And hopefully you learned something today. But until next time, hope you have a fantastic day, and we'll see you around. Peace.